Da-na-na-da-da-na-da. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na. Ba-do-do-do-do-do. Ba-na-na. Ba-na-na-na-da-da. Da-na-na. It's Noah and Christian.
That's pretty good. I wasn't expecting that.
Is it a Nice Guys podcast? It's the Nice Guys podcast. Super psyched. Get the mic up there. You missed it this time.
I did miss the mic. Sorry.
You're also a little... We'll get to that. March Madness edition.
We won't talk about this.
March Madness edition of the Nice Guys podcast getting kicked off pretty well here so far. We got Texas Southern, Texas A&M on the screen. We got our brackets. We have so many fucking brackets all over the goddamn place. We don't even know what to do with ourselves. I'm mixing up. I've got the women's bracket. Noah printed out all the women's brackets for me, which was really cool. He's really in on UConn this year. Really in on UConn. We're going to do another episode about that. Noah's got himself a nice beer. Noah's got himself a nice buzz going. And it's fucking March. It's the Nice Guys podcast March Madness. Brought to you by Delta 8 THC.
All right.
Would you No comment on that?
No
Would
comment.
you like to comment on your state right now at the moment?
I am excited for March 7. We're going to the games.
Yeah, unbeknownst to me, Noah's got a little buzz going, but
yeah,
it's all good. It's okay.
We got the beers open. It's nice. We're chilling. It is what it is.
I think we're going to see how this one goes as he gets progressively nicer. If you know what I'm saying.
But we are going to the games. We got the first round here in Pittsburgh. We're going second session on Friday. It's going to be lit. It's March.
Yeah, so brackets filled out. We got the tickets in advance before we even knew the teams.
We had a feeling it was going to be juicy, and God damn it.
We've got one team. So it's Illinois. We're going to see Illinois Chattanooga, right?
Yeah, that's a good game.
And we're going to see...
A lot of people are picking Chattanooga as the upset versus Illinois.
But the bigger upset is the other game.
Houston UAB.
Houston UAB. You're a B.
You're a B.
Is the other game we're going to see. Another popular upset pick. Super stoked. I'm so glad it's finally here. It feels like just yesterday we were recording on our phone about Gonzaga and Baylor. Things have changed a little bit, though.
It does kind of feel like yesterday.
Yeah. It
was a year ago.
Time is starting to...
It's mesh.
Really fuck me in my ass.
Yes. It's not the only thing.
But, sure.
Yeah. Well,
cool.
we're gonna run down the bracket. Yeah.
What we are gonna do is we're gonna stick to we are gonna go through all 32 games.
Yes.
Of the first round. 64 divided by 2 is
32.
32. The round of 32. That's the only reason I know that. We're gonna go through all of those games. I don't think we're not gonna give our entire bracket, right?
We can speed run it like ultra fast.
We can just give general
like do a
ideas,
Final Four or something like that.
Who we like. I don't know. I haven't.
It's
really...
hard to predict anything past the first round.
Yeah, I was really focusing on like the first and second round pod sort of matchups because we can do another episode next week.
We can predict what the second round will be. It's usually like
I think it'll be obvious like who we like to go on to the Sweet 16, Elite 8, Final Four, and who we're kind of whatever on.
I've read enough. I haven't watched nearly enough of college basketball.
I think everybody is in that boat.
But I've read enough. I think I know enough to like make some decisions. I've watched a lot of people talk about college basketball recently, and usually those people are fucking idiots. But this year, I have a feeling they're different.
Right. The year you haven't watched, you have a feeling that they're actually going to help you out because they're your only mode of reference.
Exactly.
I love that shit. I feel the same way. I mean, I've been watching I've been watching the college hoops, but not like last year.
You've been watching that.
I haven't been following.
There's
like
a couple
last
people
year.
that I know have watched too,
but
this is for the people that haven't.
We're the people that
We're
have.
the people that have.
We're just gonna give our opinions.
The everyman.
We're the podcast of the
everyman.
working class.
Working class.
This is just a hard
craft beers and brackets.
No, this is a time clock. Punch in and out. Bud Light, Carhartt.
The bit was
working class.
Yeah, I have the iron back there too.
Blue collar.
The iron's for after I
there you go.
Of the craft.
It's a hard-working podcast. We're hard-working. We've been working hard on this.
Yeah.
All right. I think we can get.
You want to start in the easy.
Get right into
one?
it.
The West.
Well, yeah.
Start from the left.
That's the order I have. So we're starting. So I'm scrolling down. You're scrolling over, but I'll let you know what's going on. The West.
Yep.
I think this is the region that I said to you was the potential chaos region.
Yeah, you did say it was potential chaos, but I'm looking at it as potentially what we think will be chaos and then ends up being chalk.
There is.
Chalk
I'm still trying to. When I was doing this, I was trying to zig where my mind and the public zag.
Yeah.
Because that seems to happen every year with shit in the tournament, with the stats, with the trends. This tends to be
like a public, we love the upsets here, which I don't particularly like as much.
So
we'll start. Gonzaga is a instant to the.
Let's get that out of the way. I think Gonzaga is going to the Final Four. There's your.
I agree.
There's your spoiler alert. This region is. I don't see anyone.
Maybe Texas Tech.
Texas Tech is probably. I think, but that's another one of those that I think is popular. Like they have to. Like Texas Tech has to play Duke. Texas Tech has to play.
Gonzaga's lucky that Duke is in their side of the bracket because history isn't on the side of Duke in this case.
Right, exactly. I don't like Duke very much, except
I don't like Duke very much, but we can admit when they're good, and this isn't a championship team.
No, I don't think it is.
It's not.
I don't think it is at all.
Overseeded. Tennessee probably should have been there.
Yeah, overseeded.
Yep.
So the first interesting matchup of this West region, this shit really threw me for a loop because right off the bat I had to do some heavy digging because I had no fucking idea what to do with this game. Boise, Memphis.
You know how much college basketball I watch?
How much?
I had no idea Boise State was ranked.
Oh yeah.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Oh yeah.
I looked up the ranking. I was like, God damn.
Mountain West regular season and tournament champions.
Low-key OP.
Boise State.
Low-key OP.
Two teams that are low-key OP going against each other.
There's a couple of these teams. I think we're giving the smaller conferences too much credit. There's a couple of these teams on all sides that they're smaller conference, and we're giving them way too much credit.
I think I agree. That's part of like figuring out March is figuring out what to do with conferences that,
Like Memphis is in a real conference. They played real teams.
Sort of, though. There's some people that would say like the Mountain West is better than the American.
American is the 7th best conference.
And they kind of have a point. Wait, so Power 5 and then Big East.
Big East and then
American.
Power 6 in basketball. I'd like to call it Power 6
because they add Big East.
Yeah.
Right. No, that is true.
Yeah.
But
and then the American.
I don't know. This might answer our question. This game, Memphis is a 2.5 point favorite. Noah,
as they should be.
Memphis was ranked in the preseason, and then they went into a free fall. They lost to Iowa State in a preseason tournament by 19. That kind of kicked off Iowa State. Iowa State got off to like a 15-0 start or something like that. After that game for Memphis, they went 9-8. So they went into a free fall. Everybody was down on them. And then Penny, our favorite, I guess, Robin character, other than Scottie Pippen from the 90s, kind of Penny to Shaq, whatever, rallied the lads. And they won 12 of 14, beat Alabama when they were 6th in the country, and beat Houston twice. So Memphis is kind of rolling. Boise... They lost to the only ranked team they played, St. Bonaventure.
Embarrassing.
But I got to give credit where it's due. They,
So who do you have?
Conference and regular season. I went with Memphis.
You want to know why I'm going with Memphis?
Why?
Is because 9 seeds they have a 54% winning percentage against 8 seeds all time.
Okay.
And this is why 9 seeds beat 8 seeds, is because 8 seeds are overseeded, and they often give them to teams like Boise State and like a team like Memphis who is in a real conference, who plays real basketball. This is why they're going to win.
I don't hate that.
Yeah.
I don't hate that.
If you look at it, two a year, 2 of the 9s win each year at least, or sometimes it's rarely like 1 and 3.
I hope I have. Last year I had all the numbers match up in my bracket. Like I had the exact number of upsets per seed or whatever.
Yeah. You just got to pick and choose them.
And I did horribly.
Yeah.
My bracket was horrible.
You got to pick and choose. This is like one of the ones you can't miss. You can't miss it. Nobody knows what we're talking about at this point.
2.5.
I take Memphis.
Whatever.
I like this. I like the points there.
Memphis. Moving on, we got number 5 UConn, a 6.5 point favorite against 12 seed New Mexico State. Noah, do you know who plays for New Mexico State who used to play for WVU?
Is it Emmett Matthews or
Wrong.
Teddy Buckets?
Teddy Buckets.
Teddy Buckets, dude. What a name.
Teddy Buckets is back in the tournament with New Mexico State. New Mexico State, I don't hate this. So I'll just go ahead and I'm going to pick UConn in this game, but I don't hate this as an upset pick. This is a popular one. It's become a very popular one. New Mexico State beat Davidson, a team that I love, by 12. I just think, I don't know.
I'll take UConn.
It's like I don't have enough to pick the
I'll take UConn.
Like I need a lot to pick a dog.
I agree.
Right? You know what I'm saying? So, but the 6.5 line kind of worries me for UConn. UConn. I'm not huge on the Big East this year either.
We just don't bet on it. We'll take UConn. We just won't bet on it.
Right. Exactly. And then again, this is what I'm talking about with the Chaos region. Another huge popular upset pick.
This is why it's not going to be. This is the problem. Everybody's picking teams like this, and they don't realize who they're going against. It's the Muss Bus.
So
it's the fucking Muss Bus.
Arkansas, 4 seed. Vermont, 13 seed. Arkansas is only a 5-point favorite.
And honestly, I think that's all hype. That's all noise. The 5 points. I'm taking the 5 points. Dude, who does Vermont play?
Vermont. So here's what I have. Yeah, here's the thing about Vermont. Okay, I did a lot of Vermont stuff. Right, 5 seniors. Okay, clean basketball. They don't turn the ball over. Arkansas can get kind of wild at times.
They have older players too.
Vermont has the consistency. Vermont has the seniors. Vermont's coach, this is his. He's won 3 of the last 5 America East championships.
Good job, buddy.
He's been here before. The problem is, I think we toss this around a lot, this phrase. Vermont has truly played nobody.
It's worse than Gonzaga at this point.
Gonzaga has a much
St. Mary's and good teams, a few good teams.
I'd say most teams in the tournament have a better strength of schedule than Vermont, or maybe not a strength of schedule.
Colorado State,
but they have something more impressive than this. So Vermont's only 2 Power 5 teams that they played. Maryland lost by 11.
Trash.
Not a tournament team. Providence
trash.
Lost by 10.
Yeah, like we don't even need to discuss this. I don't think.
Lost by 10.
It's Arkansas. It's Arkansas.
Arkansas, they beat LSU 3 times, and they beat Kentucky, and they beat Auburn the only times.
It's Arkansas.
I think it's Arkansas, but can you see why that one's a popular upset?
Yeah. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Okay. I can.
So we're in agreement. We're in agreement?
Yeah.
Muss Bus?
Yeah.
That's who I was hoping was going to come to Pittsburgh. We almost got the Muss Bus.
We almost got the Muss Bus. That would have been fucking game over.
It would have been
the Muss Bus.
I would have taken my shirt off with him.
I would have painted my chest. Said Muss Bus on it.
In the upper way up in the upper top.
In the upper top where we'll be
absolutely
sitting.
nobody can see you.
Oh, we'll be moving down for
Just
sure. We're not sitting there the whole game, that's for sure.
That is true. Next game. Upset City. Number 6 Alabama against the winner of Rutgers Notre Dame.
What do we think about this?
Noah is so high.
Rutgers is good.
Rutgers
is good.
The first thing he asked me when I walked into the apartment today was, What do you think about this Rutgers situation?"
I mean, it's
like he was asking about the war in the Middle East. He was like, could Rutgers get out of control?
I think it could.
Do you think?
I think it could. Do you not like Rutgers here? Think about it.
Could Rutgers could it spread out of New Jersey? Is there any potential?
Quit taking a piss. Quit taking a piss.
No, I like I love this. As soon as I saw it, I'm taking either Rutgers or Notre Dame. I think I like Rutgers to beat Notre Dame in the play-in game, but either one,
Is it happening tonight?
No.
Tomorrow.
Indiana, Wyoming tonight.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Tomorrow, so probably today when you're listening to this, Rutgers, Notre Dame. I don't care who wins. I like Alabama to lose. Alabama is a team that has played down to competition. Or up, I guess you could say, the entire season. They have wins against Gonzaga, Houston, Baylor, Tennessee, that's ridiculous, right? That's one of the best lines you can have. Their losses, though, Iona, Missouri,
Trash.
Mississippi State,
Trash.
Georgia,
And those are all teams
and
of
Vanderbilt.
Rutgers caliber.
And no, those are way worse.
Or worse. That's what I'm saying.
Those are horrible teams.
Name-wise.
Iona, that's a bad loss. Rick Pitino, but bad loss. Missouri, Mississippi State, Georgia, and Vanderbilt, the bottom of the SEC.
Embarrassing.
Horrible. So I think that Alabama, they're going to play down to their competition.
We take Rutgers. How about the Rutgers?
Or Notre Dame.
I don't know too much about Notre Dame, but I know a lot of people aren't really. I think this is an underlooked pick, and I like that for that reason.
Yeah. As soon as I saw it, because even before I knew the matchup, I was looking to fade Alabama.
Wasn't UCLA an 11 seed last year?
Well, I was about to say the reason it's even less so Rutgers or Notre Dame. It's because I was looking to fade Alabama, and a play-in team always makes a run. People make a big deal about that. They always make it to the Sweet 16, whatever. I don't know if any teams are going to the Sweet 16, but if you look at it this way, Alabama has 2 teams to prep for, and then there's only a 1-day turnaround where they have to prep for both teams, and whoever wins already has momentum going into the Alabama game.
They're too bad for that.
They're too volatile.
Yeah.
Is the way the teams we trust in the tournament are low turnovers, everything normal, all the numbers normal. Alabama is the complete opposite of that. Completely so inconsistent. The mark of inconsistency. I might have to eat shit on this because Alabama can get hot from 3. I mean, obviously
we ate
they
shit
beat
last year.
We ate total shit, but
this year
we're
fucking right. No, fool me once.
Shame on you.
Fool me twice.
Fool me twice. Can't get fooled again.
Can't get fooled again.
Next game, I don't have much to say about this. Number 3, Texas Tech.
It's a win.
Number 14, Montana State.
Texas
Tech. Number 1, Ken Palm defense. Love Texas Tech.
That's why we like Texas
Tech.
We
love Texas Tech. Moving on. Michigan State Davidson. 7-10. Michigan State, only a 1-point favorite. And I like Davidson in this matchup. I love Davidson in this matchup.
I've been picking Michigan State, but I've kind of been going back and forth because it's not like it matters because they're going to lose in the next round.
Well, something you have to consider when picking this game is the narrative for the Duke matchup, for the Coach K farewell tour, in the second round. Izzo.
Yeah.
Or North Carolina little brother Davidson.
I think they'd rather play Izzo for...
with Bob McKillop, who's been there for 33 years. Fun fact I learned. 33 years. He's been like the only Davidson coach ever. Steph Curry's coach and all that. I think that's an even better narrative than Izzo. Everybody's going to be looking at the Izzo narrative coming up. Izzo, Krzyzewski, two old-timers going at it.
I guess they are prepping for it.
Problem is Michigan State.
Although, to be fair, this is the last time TV can really milk out Duke with Coach K. So, like, I could see it going Michigan State and then playing Texas Tech and that team being good. And then going all the way and then playing fucking Gonzaga. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, they
can milk the fuck out of it.
There's tons of narratives, but I like the I like the narrative of like Bob McKillop like getting the last laugh.
I'll take Davidson.
On Duke. You know
I'll
what
take
I'm saying?
Davidson.
You know
I've
what I'm
been
saying?
going back and forth.
Davidson's a team that I've liked all year.
Convince
by the way,
me.
They're a covering machine. Davidson was like
that's all I needed to hear.
Started the season like 14. They beat Alabama. That was my first bullseye of the season. Upset underdog alert. 10-point underdogs going into Alabama. Moneylined them. Moneylined them. Moneylined them. Love
Money
Davidson.
line.
I love Davidson. I love everything about Davidson in this game. Duke, Cal State, Fullerton. All I have, Duke, they lost in the ACC championship game. How does that matter?
It's like the one guy, Sid or Kai Smith, Duke University. That's what it's going to be the whole game.
Duke University.
Yeah. I mean, it's...
Mike Krzyzewski. Duke University.
Duke University.
I would love... If he lost this game,
It's not.
Suck you off.
Come on. All right, let's just burn through the round of 32 in that one.
Number one... Oh, no, I was just going to keep going with the first round games.
We could just knock out the... Okay, let's just keep going to the first round.
Edition.
All right,
East region, Baylor versus Norfolk State. The Fighting Tyler Schaefer's. Baylor takes it. Sorry, Norfolk. It feels like Norfolk is in the tournament every year. I think they're good.
I feel like they do.
I think they're good.
I think they're good for their conference, but then they're bad for basketball.
But that's pretty good if
it's like if the single A champion played 3A team in the conference tournament.
I mean they're not going to win. They're not going to be competitive, obviously. But I feel like Norfolk State is like a 16.
That's what I'm saying.
Every tournament I've been alive. They're
always in this.
I should have looked into that. That's
probably not true at all. But
it's not going to be exactly true.
It's not going to be like nearly as true. All right, let's keep going.
Good game.
UNC.
8, North Carolina. 9, Marquette. Shaka Smart is at Marquette, and I feel like people forget that.
I forgot that.
I think a lot of people are going to be on Marquette here, so this is going to be
another 9-8.
Oh yeah. I was about to say. So this is what's his name? Hubert Davis's first tournament. I almost said last year was, but Roy was coaching last year. Shaka, I think this is a place where people are going to say, oh, Shaka's a March guy. Shaka, VCU, Final Four. Wrong. Shaka only been past the round of 32. Has never been past the round of 32 since he went to the Final Four. Has only made it out of the first round twice. He's made his whole career off of one Final Four.
Could I actually think this game depends on one game, and it's actually not itself. It's the Duke game. Because if Duke loses the first round, this is a good story for North Carolina to keep going because North Carolina's like, we've got the best of Coach K. We made it longer.
That would Duke would never live that down.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I like Marquette.
Oh. I think we differ. I like UNC here because of the Shaka stuff that I said.
I have UNC in all my brackets, but I like Marquette.
To me, there's nothing special about Marquette. They're just a Big East team that got lost in the mix, and North Carolina's getting hot at the right time.
I agree.
I
agree. I like Marquette.
I like North Carolina.
No, I don't like Marquette, but I think they're a good team.
Right.
From what I've heard.
Number 5, St. Mary's.
Smash.
12, It's going to be either Indiana or Wyoming, the game that will be, I think, starting while we record this podcast.
Smash.
What do you think? You can start this. I don't
St.
know.
Mary's.
You think so?
St. Mary's.
Okay.
Smash. From what I've heard about St. Mary's, they're a good team.
Any
From what I
smash?
heard, yeah, they seem like a smash. They beat Gonzaga.
That is true.
They beat San Francisco twice.
San Francisco's garbage.
Notre Dame.
Sus.
But, I mean, those
Good
are...
win, though. That's a good win.
They did lose to Colorado State by 16.
They play good defense. Here's my problem with St. Mary's. This is going back to... Well, I don't know if it's going back to the Norfolk State thing. This is a narrative that I feel like I've been reliving my entire life. Is St. Mary's, and this one I did look up. This one I can back up. It has always felt like St. Mary's has gotten me hype in the tournament. They're like everybody's underdog, kind of. They're the nation's underdog. They're the underdog's underdog. They're the WCC even underdog to Gonzaga. And then they don't do shit. They're the team that shows
they don't do fuck about shit.
They don't do fuck about shit. That's a good one, right? Because they're the ones who really show that the WCC is overrated instead of Gonzaga, because they go out and get waxed. And I looked it up. St. Mary's, only one Sweet 16 appearance ever.
But 5-12 matchup is so overrated.
Ever.
It's so overrated. 5-12 is the most overrated of all of them.
So
I like St. Mary's. You don't even know who's playing St. Mary's, so just pick them, motherfucker.
Well, I get two choices. I like those odds.
That is good odds.
Playing game. I'll take either Indiana or Wyoming.
That's where we differ.
But we have...
This is the first game we've disagreed on.
We got Wyoming +4 tonight.
How crazy is
How's that sound? How you like Wyoming +4 tonight?
Sure.
For UCLA, 13...
Don't need to talk about it.
13 Akron. I like UCLA more than I did to start. UCLA 13.5 point favorites. Oh, you're going to hate me for this one. Number 6, Texas. Number 11, Virginia Tech. This is, for WVU fans, it's a matchup
I won't be watching.
This is a horrible this is a matchup nightmare.
I heard a story about the Steph Curry thing about Virginia Tech.
What?
Have you heard about that?
Seth and his dad.
Steph.
Their dad played there, right?
Yeah. Dell went to Virginia Tech, and Steph grew up like loving Virginia Tech.
And they didn't recruit him because he was too small?
They told him he could walk on. Yeah.
You know who told him he could have a scholarship?
Yeah.
Bob McKillop.
Yeah, it's your boy.
Who's going out to beat Michigan State.
That's what I'm saying. I thought that was a pretty good story. And now look at Steph. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, because Virginia Tech, not a basketball school.
Underdog story.
Not a basketball school.
Yeah.
Texas, other than Kevin Durant, not a basketball school.
So it's two not basketball schools
Hate
playing
these
each
fucking
other.
teams. Virginia Tech is hot, though. They're coming off. They won the ACC tournament.
Yeah, I knew about that.
They beat Duke. Duke
University.
I didn't know if you knew. I didn't know if you knew. I didn't know if you were watching.
I know about Duke.
Folks, have you seen this? Have you heard about this? Virginia Tech, they won the ACC tournament. For some reason, and I can't explain this at all, but bear with me on this. I can't explain. I have nothing to back this up. I can't see Texas losing this game.
I picked Texas too.
I don't get it.
Let's go.
But this is a huge upset pick. The teams that make these like Cinderella tournament runs, this Virginia Tech, it's not as big because it's not as close of a comparison because they're not as bad as Georgetown was last year. But Georgetown making a run to win the Big East, they come in there at 12 against Colorado. They're a huge. Everybody's picking Georgetown. We were all over Colorado. These conference tournament Cinderella teams, they fan out. They fan out in the tournament. I think Texas is different now. They have Beard. They have the talent. I don't like Texas going deep. I don't trust them. They're still Texas. They're going to disappoint, but I don't think that they're going to go back-to-back first-round exits.
Agreed. I actually had Texas.
I didn't mean to go off like that.
This is pretty chalk.
I was hoping that you would. No, see, that's what I'm saying. The last one was the bracket of doom.
I think there's a better bracket.
Which one is this? This is the East.
This is the East.
So we
were in the West.
Okay, yeah, we were talking about Norfolk State.
Yeah. So we're at Purdue Yale. Purdue Yale.
Sorry. Okay.
Purdue Yale.
Right, okay. Purdue Yale.
Chalk.
Purdue is a 15-point favorite. I kind of love Purdue in this. Purdue and Yale are kind of the same team. Purdue is going to shred them. They're going to fucking shred them.
Chalk. You ready? Murray State.
Love Murray State.
Murray State's San Francisco.
San Francisco is a team that I watched way too many times. For some reason,
they were always on TV.
For some reason, I watched a lot of San Francisco games this year. Hate them. Hated them always. I think I watched them play Gonzaga 3 times, and I know that they're playing Gonzaga. I know it's different. Gonzaga is a different beast, but I also saw them play against St. Mary's and BYU. Hate them.
Reasons we like Murray State. Experts love San Francisco.
Do they?
They do.
Really?
They love San Francisco.
Hate it. 1.5. Murray State at 1.5.
I think it's because of last year, like the hype around them last year, San Francisco. And I think it carried over maybe.
I think people, so San Francisco is like a proto blue blood, right? Because of Bill Russell.
Yeah.
So I think like the college basketball like blue blood community has literally been waiting like 70 years for San Francisco to do
fuck all,
anything,
to do fuck about shit,
and they're finally in the tournament,
and they can't do fuck about shit.
Everybody's nutting off.
Either way, they're losing.
Murray State is electric. Murray State is another gamblers team. Murray State all year was a gamblers squad. They are 30-2. That's a sick record.
Unbelievable.
That's a record you want to fuck. They haven't lost since December something or other. They lost to Auburn. And East Tennessee State. They lost to East Tennessee State at like Thanksgiving or something. Then they lost to Auburn in December. After that, they crushed everybody. It wasn't even close. And wouldn't it be perfect? Murray State popping off in the tournament. Ja Morant fucking on everybody in the NBA. Huge.
All right, before Christian busts the nut, we probably have to fucking move on. Jesus Christ!
I mean,
his pants are soaked right now.
I see. I was embarrassed. See, now I'm just gonna.
It was a joke.
Okay,
can you take a joke?
Never mind.
Joke. Hey,
guys, sorry, don't bet.
I'm sorry, man.
Guys, I shouldn't have said anything. You can bet San Francisco if you want to. I don't really care. I don't really have too much of an opinion. I don't really care about stuff. I'm too cool to care about stuff because I'm Noah. Kentucky, St. Peter's. St. Peter's is cool, I guess. Kentucky's all right. Fuck Oscar, right? What if I, for the rest of the podcast, what if I just go emo?
No, that's Jesse from Righteous Gemstones.
What if I just go Righteous Gemstones for the rest of the time, Noah? I just talk like this. I don't like Kentucky because they smell. They smell like hill people.
All right.
St. Peter's is in New Jersey. I had to look that up on the Google.
All right, South region.
Uncle Baby Billy. I don't think that this isn't going to record as funny as we think it is right now, but we'll keep going. Let's move on from that. South, Arizona. Arizona. I love Arizona, as you know, one of my favorite teams, but they're playing, who gives a shit?
State.
They're playing Bryant. Have you seen the Bryant guy on social media?
Mm-mm.
I think it's a guy on Bryant who's just like an animal with shit talking. He just does all kinds of funny shit. I should have written that down. I didn't realize that they actually made the tournament. Well, they're in the playing game. Wright State or Bryant? Who you got? Who you like?
Wright State.
Wright State.
Because I know
where is it? Where's Wright State? Go.
North Carolina.
Wrong.
Indiana.
Dayton, Ohio. Where's Bryant? Go.
New Jersey.
Wrong. Go north.
New Hampshire.
Rhode Island.
Fuck.
Arizona to the Final Four. Probably.
Is in Arizona.
Probably. Yeah, where's Arizona? Seton Hall, TCU. This is a toughie, but I have good logic for my pick.
This is the 8 seed winning.
8 Seton Hall, 9 TCU.
This is where we split.
Do we?
This is so.
We split here.
Memphis was the 9.
Oh.
Memphis was the 9.
Okay. Yep. Okay.
North Carolina's an 8.
Okay.
Seton Hall's an 8.
Okay.
And then you'll see in the next one what the 9 is.
See, I totally wish. Oop, sneak peek. I'm peeking.
Cretan.
Cretan and Sedusta.
But yeah, that's where you split the 8 and 9s. That's the perfect. There's no way TCU beats Seton Hall.
Okay, so you're on Seton Hall.
Yeah.
I think I kind of like numbers wise. When I looked into it, I kind of like TCU in this game. I might bet on them, but it's really a toss-up. Seton Hall is a 1-point favorite,
Seton Hall.
Which it's going to go back to TCU. TCU will be a favorite. The line will dance around. TCU head coach, go.
The one guy left, white guy with gray hair.
No, Jamie Dixon.
Jamie Dixon.
No, he's still there.
Jamie Dixon's still there?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. See, I know who it was.
Jamie Dixon, not a March guy.
Yeah. Seton Hall.
All his years at... Wait, you've got me freaked out. Is my whole... Because I might have to pick... Well, no, my other basis for picking Seton Hall was TCU lost to us.
That's bad.
Which means that they're
bad.
Which means that they're bad.
We're like a sneaky average team. We're a sneaky average team.
Yeah.
If you're a middle to good, like lower tier good team, and like a upper tier middle team, and like we've lost 7 games in a row, I'd be scared to play us.
Jamie Dixon is still the coach at TCU.
Yeah, that's
okay.
That's what,
so you had me weirded out for a second.
Yeah, white guy with the gray hair.
He had left. Yes, Jamie Dixon's still there, and he was at Pitt. And remember, all those years at Pitt, they did
sucked.
Shit in the tournament. They
Didn't
went
do
to the
shit
Elite
about
Eight.
fuck.
They went to the Elite Eight with DeJuan Blair, but other than that, they never.
Fuck all.
They always got fucked on in the tournament.
Yep.
Jamie Dixon, not a March guy. TCU lost to WVU.
TCU, not a March team.
Not a basketball school.
My
God.
A football, not a sports school.
Seton Hall, when you say it like that, it's way easier. Seton Hall, huge,
literally only for basketball.
Doesn't have a literal football team, I don't think.
I don't think so either.
TCU.
You know how they're not a basketball school? They're a horrible court. Fucking trash.
Christian school too, virgins.
Yeah.
Christians can play football. Christians can't play basketball.
There's a couple Christian schools that play basketball.
With the Catholic schools.
Providence.
With Seton Hall.
Friars.
See, the way you said that was put the fear of God in my soul. I don't think I can look you in the eyes
Friars.
after the way you just said friars into my eyes. Whatever. Seton Hall. Next game.
Our game.
I
don't think you're doing that very well.
Oh. Well. In that case. No, you missed the notes. You totally missed
one. Oh, that
Finish it.
I can't. Too much pressure. There's too much pressure, baby Billy.
They're probably playing it on the fucking TV right now. Wyoming, Indiana, about to tip off. Got all the dudes.
Houston UAB.
Sorry. Distraction. Houston versus You're a Bitch.
This is a 5-12 team that I think we're lucky to get to watch because 5-12 matchups overrated. 5-12 matchups when they give overrated 5 seeds a juicy 12 seed. Nice.
5-12 is the, like in an office bracket pool, like the absolutely like the most non-sports person ever here they're like, oh,
12 who's your 5-12 this year?
12 beats 5, right?
Yeah.
When they're trying to connect with you, it's like 5-12, gas prices, weather.
It's not even like, I wish I had my picture of it, of how it tiers, like the winning percentages. 5-12 is not. It's not like they even be like.
It used to be a thing. That's why, but it's not anymore.
Yeah.
Which is why, like last year, all the 5, a big to do. The real one, as we know, 413.
Yeah, 413.
Don't tell too many people about that.
413.
Okay, 413. That's the one.
John 413.
Not 314. 413. So Houston, I don't know what to make of Houston, just like I didn't know what to make of Houston last year. They certainly got lucky last year. They're the same team this year,
same fucking
style-wise. They don't have Grimes, which is kind of worrisome because he kind of got Bucky's for them. The 10th offensive efficiency, 11th defensive efficiency. They slow it down. They play defense. They hold teams in the fucking 40s, 50s, and 60s. That's their MO.
Yes.
They haven't played a soul. Okay? They lost to Wisconsin. They lost to Memphis twice before beating them in the American Championship game. I'm going to disagree with you. The American was pretty down this year, which is kind of making me regret my Memphis pick, but I'll keep it for the banter because I fuck with Penny. And I fuck with their throwback Memphis State jerseys. I meant to bring those up. Those are some of the sickest in the game. Houston, I don't know. I think they beat UAB here.
I was about to say UAB could sneak up. I wouldn't be surprised if they...
Not at all.
Which would be lit if we witnessed a UAB win versus Houston. But...
Electric.
I will say, as much as I like UAB, it doesn't make sense to not pick Houston.
You might as well. With the 10 and 11 KenPom numbers, that really that's sick.
Yeah.
Like that's like an 870 credit score. Like it's
beautiful.
Beautiful. You're not sure why, but it looks great, and you can't forget, you cannot leave out the fact UAB lost to us. It's another team that lost to WVU.
Yep.
Which is embarrassing. At home. They lost at home. At least
I'm cheering for them.
TCU lost in Morgantown.
Cheering for them.
Huge UAB guys. Now, this is the other game we're going to. Right off the bat, huge UAB guy in the Houston game for sure. Not a Chattanooga guy. I fuck with Illinois.
I fuck with Illinois too. And I definitely have them winning. But real quick, I have heard people taking Chattanooga.
Of course. I know. Yes, I have too. I don't understand it. The line is only 6.5, which is kind of scary. I don't know why. I don't know anything
Vegas
about
knows something.
I don't know what's going on.
Some of the guys I've listened to, they say, what's his face? Who's the big bracket guy?
Lenardi.
Not Lenardi, the other one.
Katz.
Andy Katz.
Andy Katz likes Chattanooga?
He talked about how Chattanooga's a good team. He has
There's
Illinois.
no bad teams in the tournament.
He said like a good team. He said he wouldn't be surprised if they're like a Sweet 16 Elite 8 team.
God damn it. I don't know how they flew under my radar. That really pisses me off.
There's something about Chattanooga.
All I knew about Chattanooga was that they only won their conference tournament on a half court buzzer beater. So that made me doubt.
Still
to start out with.
They got star power. They got star power.
But Illinois, Kofi Cockburn, 21 points per game, 10 rebounds.
Yeah, I have Illinois.
First team All-American. Kofi sick. Curbelo, I was telling you about Andre Curbelo. Dude is Russell Westbrook of bench players in NCAA basketball.
It's beautiful.
All gas, no, he's terrible.
It's beautiful.
He's not good, but he only goes at 100 miles an hour.
What's the UCLA quarterback?
Dorian Thompson.
He's the Dorian Thompson Robinson of basketball players.
He has no brake pedal.
That's awesome.
And he's going to be electric in person. I like him. Illinois, by the way, the Big Ten was kind of a clusterfuck, and I think it was kind of Mickey Mouse that Wisconsin won. To me, it was Illinois, Purdue, and Iowa are the three Big Ten teams that stick out to me. Check this out. Illinois wins. They beat Iowa twice.
That's a really good win.
They beat Wisconsin by 13. They beat Michigan twice and Michigan State twice. Now they lost to Purdue. I think they only played them once, but that's solid. They knocked everybody. They knocked off the top row.
Purdue's a great team too.
Purdue, Iowa, huge on Iowa. Wisconsin, frauds exposed. They beat Wisconsin in Madison by 13.
So an eventual, I know this is like kind of looking forward, eventual Arizona-Illinois matchup, who would you have?
Ooh. Isn't that a rematch of the national championship or something from like 2006?
I don't know.
Who's the dude? I don't know why I did that.
You're trying to taste it.
Who's the dude? Darren Williams. I think Darren Williams for Illinois. I don't know.
But who would you have?
I'd probably take Arizona just for convenience. I hate they have to play each other. That's great. Those are two teams I like. Huge, high on Arizona guy.
You wouldn't be surprised if Illinois won though.
No, not at all.
All right. The game that I was looking to hearing what you had to say about Colorado State and Michigan, because I know fuck about shit when it comes to Colorado State and Michigan. You
probably noticed that Michigan is favored by 2.5.
I did notice that.
Fucking joke. It's a joke. Moneyline Colorado State. Colorado State is the 6. Michigan is the 11. Michigan lost to this Indiana team that you're seeing in the Big Ten. They gave up like a 15-point lead or something to Indiana. I was watching it. I have been so low on Michigan all year, and to see them get an 11 and the Indiana team, I don't love Indiana, whatever. Indiana's whatever. Indiana beat them in the fucking Big Ten tournament, and now Indiana's in the play-in game, and Michigan's on the 11 line. It's a horrible. I don't understand it. They have Dickinson, they have Howard. Everybody, Michigan is sort of like a.
Look at him go crazy.
Michigan is sort of like not a blue blood in basketball, but they're a sucked off.
They're a blue blood.
They're a highly sucked off team. Colorado State is 24-4. Michigan is 17-13. Okay, it's a joke. I don't understand what's going on. Maybe this is one of those games that you take Michigan because you're like, this doesn't make any sense. They know something we don't.
That's why I had Michigan just because it didn't make any sense.
I don't know. I like Colorado State to even make a run. I
don't even know who Colorado State is. I don't even know where they're at.
Where are they?
Where are they? Wyoming?
Close. Yeah.
We'll take Michigan.
You suck me off. I'll take Colorado State.
So we're against each other in Michigan, too. That's a big game for us. So we're basically agreed on it.
It's only been like 2. This is really bad news that we're agreeing so much.
Well,
we're going to agree on the next one. Tennessee versus Your Long Wood.
Yeah, no shit.
Tennessee. Great defense just like last year. I think they're better. I think they're definitely a better team than last year. Trust meter is kind of low on Tennessee. I don't know how I feel about Tennessee.
The next game though, Ohio State Loyola.
Boom. Perfect matchup. Give me Loyola all day.
I had a Loyola too. Sister Jean, her magic.
This one's almost too obvious though. This one's kind of sneaky to me.
You might be right. This one's everybody's taking Loyola. Have you watched a lot of Ohio State this year?
I don't like Ohio State at all.
Okay, then we'll take Loyola.
They are Ohio State is the definition of an untrustworthy team.
We'll take Loyola.
I don't fuck with Ohio State.
Okay.
But I think it's too obvious.
It's too obvious.
Like Loyola might even be favored in the game, I think. Or it's like
Ohio State doesn't have their score, right? They lost their score.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I think
down the stretch.
There's a guy injured. I'm not
down
mistaken.
the stretch. I kept betting on Ohio State, and they kept fucking me over. Great podcast right now.
They're talking about EJ Liddell, or Liddell.
EJ Liddell, the guy that got. Do you remember the Instagram thing last year with EJ Liddell?
No.
They lost to Oral Roberts, and the 13-year-old kid DM'd him and was like, "I'm gonna fucking kill you. I'm running up on your shit."
I'm gonna fucking kill you.
He said, "GPS me your location so I can run up on your bitch ass." He was like, 13.
It's like that meme of the guy with the 13-year-old with like glasses in the mirror taking a selfie. Have you seen the skinny like white guy? Oh,
no, I have not.
All right,
but,
last game of that region.
Hold on.
What were you looking
real quick? Pick 'em. Loyola's a pick 'em. So Vegas
we like
knows.
Loyola. That's actually a good line for us. Villanova, Delaware.
Love Villanova this year.
Yeah, me too.
Love them.
Katie got Villanova going all the way and winning.
Katie knows that we respect Jay Wright. We don't like Villanova, but we respect Jay Wright.
She picked it based off like mascots and colors, and she actually had a good bracket too. Not too bad.
Good aesthetics. Was it you that was telling me you love the Villanova logo?
She heard Gonzaga before, and she had Gonzaga going all the way. So
was it you that likes the V?
I love the V, and I love the St. John's.
Oh, that was the one we were
St.
watching.
John's.
Yeah,
that's a great logo.
From the Big East tournament.
If you're a logo fan, St. John's.
I don't know anything about Delaware. All right.
Kansas.
Midwest.
The Midwest. Kansas.
This is the region, that Coach K specifically requested to be in. I'm not making this up because he's from Chicago, and this is where the regional final is. He requested to the NCAA to be in the Midwest. I thought they were going to give it to him. Fair play to the NCAA. They fucking kicked him out.
This is the chaos region, in my opinion, because it's not a good region.
You think so?
This is the chaos.
I think there's only two teams. I think there's only two possible teams coming out of this.
Iowa or Auburn?
Iowa or Kansas.
I don't see a route where Auburn is upset.
I think
USC.
Auburn has an easy road, but Auburn down the stretch has been incredibly sus.
That's what I'm saying. They could go to the Elite Eight and then lose.
But they're not going to lose to LSU. They're not going to lose to Iowa State. They could lose to Wisconsin. They're not going to lose to Colgate.
Wisconsin could lose to Colgate, though.
They could lose to USC. They're not going to lose to Miami, and they're not going to lose to Jacksonville State.
That's what I'm saying. Elite Eight.
So Auburn has a great road, but I think the winner of Iowa Kansas goes to the Final Four.
I agree.
You agree?
I agree.
Because I think
I've gone back and forth on it, but
contrary to my logic with gambling, I'm gonna keep believing in Kansas, despite the fact that they fuck me over every year in the tournament. It's kind of getting down to the wire for Bill Self here. It's kind of getting do or die. You know, I mean, he has a natty, obviously, but they've fucking flamed out the last.
You can't fire a guy like that.
No, I'm not saying they're going to fire him.
I mean, you could say the same about.
I'm talking about legacy. I'm talking about legacy.
Yeah, you could say the same thing about Cal.
Well, Cal's younger. Cal doesn't give a shit. That's his thing.
That is true.
He really doesn't care. That
is true.
He puts guys in the NBA. He just wants to sit courtside.
Nick Saban.
I think it's just a scheme for. I think John Calipari's coaching career is just a scheme for him to get courtside NBA tickets.
That makes sense.
He just wants to put dudes in the NBA.
Be friends with Drake.
100%. Yeah. He obviously doesn't care about winning national championships. But okay. Sorry.
We talked about Kansas. Kansas is going, but this is the 8-9 I was saying. This is where we split.
Okay.
Creighton over San Diego State. A lot of people love San Diego State. Makes sense. Creighton, a basketball school. So is San Diego State.
Creighton's a fucking 8 or a 9 every fucking year, and they seem to win every fucking year.
Yeah, and it makes sense. It literally makes so much sense. When I look at it, Memphis makes sense.
And then
Seton Hall makes sense. North Carolina makes sense. It's the perfect 50.
Who?
You have to pick them like that.
Hold on a second.
If you're not picking it like that, you're a loser.
Creighton San Diego State was a dead end for me. I had no fucking idea. So what is it? You want to?
We have to go Creighton.
You're saying Creighton?
You have to go Creighton.
They have I love their big man because he's so boring. But he's good.
Is he the guy from overseas?
He looks like he is. I think it starts with a Z, but he is so boring.
That's beautiful.
He's it's like
Tim Duncan.
It's no, he is. He has proper footwork. He's a 7-footer, I'm pretty sure. He looks like the dude who had a growth spurt in church basketball and was just able to turn around and lay it right in.
We love basketball like that.
It's horribly beautiful.
That's a great.
It's
eloquently put.
It's gross.
Christian.
It's gross, and I love to watch him play because he dominates.
It's gross, but I love
but
it.
It's nasty.
It's nasty.
Creighton basketball after dark.
It's nasty.
All right.
Yeah, Creighton. We have to go to Creighton. Iowa, Richmond. We won't talk about this game.
Fuck Richmond.
Fuck Richmond.
Fuck Richmond.
Fuck Richmond.
Iowa, 100%.
Providence, South Dakota State.
Huge popular upset.
South Dakota State.
This is kind of a nightmare.
Yeah, I have no idea what to pick.
Here's the problem.
Providence is down bad, right?
So Providence is famously the luckiest team in KenPom in the country. I think that they're pretty good. They only lost like 4 games or 5 games or something. You don't do that in the Big East without being good, you know. South Dakota State hasn't lost since like November or something like that. They're scorching hot. They shoot the lights out. Providence is only like a 2-point favorite in the game, which is terrifying. This is like a nightmare scenario for Providence. Only problem is South Dakota State has the 230th worst defense on KenPom, and they play in the Horizon or something like that.
That's so bad.
So South Dakota State can shoot the lights out, but offensively, Providence is it'll be the easiest game they've ever played. So like, I guess if South Dakota State can get 3s and hold Providence to 2s, like Providence isn't a fantastic 3-point shooting team, I don't know. I don't know.
Providence.
I don't even know if I want to make a pick in this because I've believed in Providence all year, but man, like they make it really tough. So
Providence. Go with them then.
I don't think I've picked enough upsets. Have I picked enough upsets?
We've been pretty chalked the whole time.
I'm going to go San Diego State or South Dakota State.
I'm going Providence, so this is where we disagree. This is another one.
Yeah, but this is one of those that I'll probably pick Providence in my bracket.
So do you want me to put Providence? What do you want? What do you want?
I mean, you always want upset. I don't have enough upset. Give me South Dakota State. I'm being a pussy. Give me South Dakota State.
You have to put it in your bracket where you're a pussy.
My bracket challenge bracket?
Yeah.
No, I have a system for that. I'm going to win money.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, boss. I'm taking your Apple Pay.
LSU, Iowa. Oh, by the way, if you made it this far, join our bracket challenge. $5.
Yeah.
We'll have to.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not a lot are in it yet.
It's like 5 people.
Noah's done a horrible job of advertising. It's his fault.
Honestly, I have a lot on my plate right now.
Aw.
You could help.
Aw, you're the only person with a lot on your plate.
Yeah.
Isn't that sad?
I have a lot on my plate. Just listening to music and
researching credit cards.
Researching credit cards.
Fucking personal finance psychopath. Your plate is so full with personal finance and Delta 8 THC gummies.
That's crazy. Just coming at my third like that. All right, LSU.
Iowa State. I don't like LSU.
Why?
Never have. They really fell the fuck off and limped into the tournament.
Is Iowa State good?
That's a really tough question. That I don't know if anybody knows the answer to this.
They beat Iowa.
No, they've got the wins. I know all their wins, but they fell off a fucking cliff. These are 2 teams that fell off a cliff. These are 2 teams that are not going to the Sweet 16.
BPI.
Okay, I'd probably, if Colgate beat Wisconsin, I'd take Colgate probably over either of these teams.
What does KenPom have?
I don't know. I didn't sign up for I can't see KenPom scores. Will Wade, I heard this, and I had to look it up. Will Wade has been fired at LSU.
I'm taking Iowa State.
So, but this is like an interim coach factor. Like you.
That is true. The Bill Stewart.
You bet on interim coaches.
LSU. I will take LSU.
I think I'm still going to go Iowa State. I think I'm still going to go Iowa State.
I'm going to take LSU.
Let me look up.
That's 4 games. That's a lot of games.
LSU had your fucking internet. Never mind. Can't do shit with your internet.
I have good internet. Watch your fucking tone.
Terrible internet. Wisconsin, Colgate. Colgate, back in the tournament.
Toothpaste.
Almost beat. Okay. Get your toothpaste. Get the jokes out. What's that, number 3? What is? Go ahead. No, go ahead. It's your floor. Colgate, toothpaste, toothbrush, teeth. Wisconsin, Flossconsin. I think Colgate could easily win this game.
Me too.
Huge. Well, not a huge Colgate guy, but last year bet on them against Arkansas. Covered a big old spread. They lost, but they gave Arkansas a run for their money, and they're fucking back. Colgate was also a gambler's team early in the year. I don't know. I kind of lost track of them, but I mean they're one of those teams that always dominates their shitty little ass conference. Where's Colgate? Go. State.
Can I get a West or East Coast?
It's also gonna buy me some time.
West or East Coast?
They're on the East Coast.
New York.
Yeah. There you go.
It made sense.
This is my favorite. This is my favorite little new segment. This is my favorite segment we do.
Wordle.
What's their mascot?
Bears?
No.
That's pretty close though. There's something like Colgate that's like a bear.
No, they're the Raiders.
The Rams?
Raiders.
That's fucking horrible.
Colgate Raiders. I don't know what it means. There's so many teams that are Raiders, but I never know what that means. I guess it's because of the Oakland Raiders.
They're 40.1% from 3.
Yeah, they're lights out. They same shit as last year. Like it's. I get it. Colgate. Okay, 7. The line is 7. That's almost identical to what it was last year. Wisconsin. Clean ball. Not going to turn it over.
It's in Wisconsin.
You don't have to get... Son of a bitch. What?
It's in Milwaukee.
Oh, man, that's fucking annoying.
We have to take Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not even...
Yo, that's fucking annoying.
That's annoying as fuck.
Let me see. Let's check.
That's the most annoying thing. I was about to say I want Colgate, but I'm on Wisconsin after that.
Johnny Davis.
Fiserv form.
First team All-American. Is he playing?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's playing. Fuck it. I'll go Wisconsin. Go Colgate, though.
Yeah, go Colgate. I wouldn't be surprised if they won.
Wisconsin, lowest turnover percentage in the country.
We have to take Wisconsin.
Take care of the ball.
That's a good
that's
pick.
tough. That's tough to beat in the tournament.
USC, Miami.
I'm gonna go USC instantly. A lot of people are on Miami. I like USC for some reason.
I've been taking USC every time.
I don't know shit about Miami.
I don't know shit either.
I don't love USC. I like them. Here.
And then Auburn.
They've got the other Mobley still. They've got the annoying looking white guy.
Good for them.
Auburn.
Yep. That's not bad. We only
Auburn.
disagreed on St. Mary's. We disagreed on Colorado State, and then Providence, and also LSU. That's not bad. 4 games. I mean, that's a lot considering a whole entire bracket, because you have the one seed games, the 2 seed games.
Yeah, it's
3 seeds.
It's pretty boring.
Disagreeing 4 times? I mean, what are we supposed to disagree? Like fucking 25 times?
Yeah.
No. I mean, okay, so here, thought experiment. Who's your favorite out of each bracket? Who do you have in the Final Four?
I haven't gotten this far because I like to mull things over. I'm for sure going Gonzaga out of the West. They have the easiest. Like I should bet. I'm gonna bet on Gonzaga to win the national championship just because they are automatically in the Final Four. They got to win games. These other teams.
That's good odds.
These other teams. Good luck.
Yeah.
Like, they're going to run into some roadblocks. I don't like Baylor. I don't like Baylor too much.
I don't like Baylor either. That's the one I've been going back and forth between UCLA, Purdue, and Kentucky the whole time.
So I wish Texas Tech was the 3 in this bracket because I would 100% put them in the Final Four, but I think I'm going to have to put Kentucky. Because Purdue, remember this, I was telling you, Purdue, number 3 offense on KenPom, number 100 defense. Teams with defenses outside of the top 100 don't go very far.
Do they have any signature big man? I know they have the guard, what's his face?
They have 2.
2 good guards. What's their name?
No, they have 2 big men. Or did you just mean big guys? Well, Jaden Ivey. Jaden Ivey is one of the most electric scorers in the country. He's a March guy for sure. But I can't. If your defense is triple digits on KenPom, I can't trust you that much. I'm sorry.
But do you trust them enough to get to the Final Four and then lose to Gonzaga? That's what where I'm trying to get to.
No, I don't think so. But I would love that for Matt Painter.
Yeah.
Like, God damn it. God damn it, Purdue.
That's a juicy
like, they
game.
have to do something soon.
But this Purdue team kind of reminds me of Iowa. Like, you have your, like, elite, like, March guy.
Right. And elite
from
offense,
last year.
But a shit defense.
Yeah.
And then they just get scorched.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
I like that comparison.
We didn't talk enough about Iowa. Now that you bring up Iowa, that's one of my favorite teams.
Well, that's why I was going to go to the Midwest.
Because they're, unlike last year, they're peaking at the right time. Keegan Murray is probably better than Luka Garza. He's certainly more mobile and can score better and all that. And they've improved their defense, and they're criminally underseeded. They're so underseeded. Like, they should probably be a 4 after winning the Big Ten tournament and Illinois going out in the first round. Like, Iowa should at least be the 4 instead of Illinois,
if not the 3 over Wisconsin.
I mean, yeah, I guess. I don't know if a 3.
At least
I like
them
at 4. I like them at 4, but yeah, I think they smoke Providence in the second round. I think we talked about Kansas, Iowa. The winner of that goes to the Final Four.
So who do you think of that?
I want to like Iowa. I want to go with I want more than anything to say.
So we just about agree on everything. It's just bad for us.
So you like Iowa?
I really like. I've gotten off the Auburn train, and I was on the. Okay, this is my problem with a team like Auburn. I'm on the Auburn train just because the reason I'm on the Gonzaga train, and it's because their fucking path is so fucking easy.
I mean, it's if Auburn was matched up. I mean, I don't know. USC or Miami could get them.
But what if like Providence out of nowhere somehow Kansas gets upset? Because I know people have talked about that. Kansas could potentially get upset. Providence somehow beats Iowa. If Auburn gets Providence, like, that's a way easier game.
Yeah, I like Auburn there.
I like Auburn. So there's only really 2 teams that I'm scared of Auburn getting, and it's Iowa, Kansas. And there's a high possibility that neither of those teams come out because Kansas has to play either a San Diego State team who probably has a good defense. I know historically they have a good defense.
Yeah, they're up there.
One of the best.
Yeah.
And then Creighton, also a really good team. And then, I mean, that's a tough top part for a team like Kansas or Iowa.
So what do you think is the hardest region? So Midwest,
I'd probably go with the South. Because you have teams like Loyola who can make a run. Villanova, Ohio State has name value. Tennessee is a good team.
Tennessee's solid.
Michigan is an 11 seed. I mean,
Colorado State.
If I was any team playing an 11 seed, I would hate to play Michigan just for the fact of their Michigan. Colorado State's a name that I don't understand why they're there. Illinois is good. Houston's brought back all their guys. Arizona's OP.
Like, looking at, yeah. So, like,
I would pick the...
Compare that to the West. I wouldn't be scared of UConn, Arkansas, certainly not Alabama. Rutgers and Notre Dame can make runs, but they're not great. Texas Tech, I'm terrified of. Davidson can get hot. Weak-ass Duke squad. Michigan State. Yeah, I think it's the South. The South has to be the hardest region, right?
It has to be the hardest one to get through. I would say like the best teams probably come out of the mid, either the East. I like the East being like a lot of good teams.
The bottom of that Midwest, I talked about this. The bottom of that Midwest
is so trash,
dog shit.
Yeah,
like that's
why Auburn is just
like Kansas and Iowa are OP.
You could do what you could do reverse side. You could do Auburn. You could put a bet on Auburn to get to the Final Four, and Gonzaga to win it all.
I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna bet on.
Kind of like
I'm definitely not gonna bet on Auburn.
Yeah. I don't know.
Unless because of the Elite Eight thing.
I think Loyola has the biggest potential to go to the Final Four of any of the 7 seeds and above. I think Villanova's a good team, but if somehow Tennessee can get upset somewhere right there, I mean Loyola could probably make a run. Like 7 and above. I can't really see any like 8 seeds going. North Carolina maybe upsetting Baylor, but they'd lose to UCLA after that. Yeah, I don't really see anything.
I like all the 1 seeds getting to the Sweet 16 for sure.
You do?
Yeah.
A lot of people have Baylor losing.
Except, Baylor is like the odd one out.
Yeah. Maybe that's why Baylor's not going to lose. It's because a lot of people have them losing. It always tends up to work that way.
Like Baylor is like a 1 seed by default.
Do you think Gonzaga wins? I mean, they haven't won yet.
All this is leading to me like Gonzaga or the nightmare.
We thought Gonzaga was going to win last year.
I mean, they were obvious. I don't hate that pick. And that gives me reason. I mean, that like them winning this year would make even more sense after like last year. Like truly, like Gonzaga, it's coming. Remember how long it took them to go to a Final Four? Like forever, for like a really long time, the knock on fucking what's his face DUI coach Mark Few. Mark got a few DUIs. Mark had a few too many. Was that he can't make it to the Final Four. He finally got to the Final Four, and then the knock was he can't win a national championship. Got to the national championship game. He keeps knocking these things down slowly but surely. So, I don't know. Maybe it's not this year, but Gonzaga, been there, confirmed is a good team. Arizona, love Arizona. Like great team. Like, I like them to go to the Final Four. Haven't been there. Wouldn't make sense. Arizona wouldn't make sense. Right?
To the Final Four.
To win the Natty. If that was your question, like Kansas would make sense.
That's what I was saying. Like a lot of like these teams have like a script already built in, and that's why like a team like Villanova and Loyola would fit the bill to go to the Final Four.
You know what's gonna suck? You know that's what I have a really bad feeling about, because we're talking about how much parity there is, and what always happens when there's a lot of parity. I have a horrible, horrible pit in my stomach about Kentucky. I really do. I
can see it.
I really, really do.
It makes sense.
They're probably overseeded, but what always happens when there's a ton of parity is like a traditional team like fills the void.
They have a pretty easy side. I'm not gonna lie. They have probably the 3rd best 3 seed,
unless they lose
the worst 6 seed.
In-state matchup against Murray State in the 2nd round is electric. Murray State, now that I think about it, Murray State could knock out Kentucky.
So the 7 seeds this year are trash besides Murray State.
That's true. USC's... I don't know how I feel about USC.
Watch USC knock off Auburn.
USC, I don't think they're going far. And since I just said that, they're knocking off Auburn.
They're going to knock off
100%.
Auburn. Damn,
unless,
dude. I feel like we're cracking this. Low key.
We're just going to forget. The problem is we're going to forget all this shit.
I have it in my system. I'm picking it.
You're ready. So you're going to go USC over Auburn?
I'm going to go USC over Auburn. I'm going to go Kentucky over Murray State. And then up here,
Ooh, I'd go Murray State over Kentucky. If you want to get like real feisty, you can go Murray State over Kentucky.
There's too many sevens winning.
San Francisco, here's a second round matchup. Here's a blue blood second round matchup for you. San Francisco, Kentucky. I don't know the stats on this, but I'm going to guess that San Francisco, Kentucky would be a rematch of the national championship game of 1956.
We'd have too many we'd have too many sevens winning if that happened because we have
no, San Francisco's a 10.
Or we'd have too many 10s because you have Davidson and Loyola. That wouldn't make any sense to have.
And now that you draw my eye over to the south, now that you draw my eye over to Loyola, I'm forgetting about Villanova.
That's why I said it's Villanova or Loyola, I think.
So my Final Four is going to be in the south, either Arizona, Villanova, or Tennessee. Okay.
Chalk.
Okay, bear with me here. Okay, fuck, that is chalk. Okay, instead of Tennessee, I like if Illinois and Tennessee played each other, I like Illinois. So actually I'll go Arizona, Illinois, and Villanova. I'll go Kansas, Iowa, and Auburn. I'll go Gonzaga and Texas Tech. Nobody else. Not happening. Fuck Duke. Not happening. Arkansas, sorry. And then in the East, I don't think Baylor's going. So I'll go with Kentucky because I'm so scared of them. I'll go Purdue. No. Oh, Jesus. This is what I'm saying. Kentucky's going to the Final Four. Purdue has that defense problem. UCLA is not repeating. Okay.
They're not going to repeat, but I could see them upsetting Baylor.
100%.
Yeah.
So I was a bit at the beginning of the year. You remember I was a huge UCLA. I hated that they were number 2 just because of what they did in the Final Four. UCLA impressed me. They impressed me. I doubt they go back to back.
That's all you have to say. They impress you. So what I would do, okay, hear me out. Here's my guys. Obviously Gonzaga, and I'm with you on Texas Tech too. So I have Texas Tech going playing Gonzaga, and Gonzaga winning. But over on here on the right, in the South, I'm gonna go Villanova, Loyola, or Illinois. I'm actually going to mark out Arizona here because I think Illinois beats Arizona or Arizona loses to Seton Hall. And then down here, I'm going to go, I agree with the Kansas, Iowa, Auburn for sure. And then I'll definitely go UCLA or Kentucky, and I'm going to mark out Purdue because it doesn't really make too much sense Purdue going. And I like them. I've had Purdue beating Kentucky, but you're right. It makes so much sense. Like, who do they lose to? It's written in the stars. Coach K passing the torch.
It's disgusting, isn't it?
It's disgusting.
Kentucky.
But Kentucky loses to Gonzaga all day, every day.
100%. 100,000%.
So Gonzaga to the Natty again. And they'll probably win that too. I think Gonzaga's going to win the whole thing.
Yeah.
I don't think it's...
Well, the teams I have futures on, you remember I sent you that stat? I'm not going to get into the... I won't get into the exact details of it because there's a lot of shit, but basically history tells us Arizona, Auburn, Kentucky, Baylor, Gonzaga. And I don't think Baylor or Auburn are going to win. So that leaves Arizona, Kentucky, Gonzaga.
How many natties do they have?
Who? Arizona? I don't think none. Yeah, no, they haven't.
None.
Won any.
So history is not on Arizona's side. Arizona's not meant to win. You could say that about Gonzaga, but it's not. It's a different history.
Fair enough. Gonzaga. So Final Four: Gonzaga, Kentucky, Arizona, Iowa. Oh, there it is.
Gonzaga.
No. Villanova. Villanova. I'm skipping all the bracket, and I'm doing this.
Villanova. Gonzaga,
wait.
Iowa.
Villanova. Gonzaga. Iowa. UK.
I agree. And it'd be Gonzaga, Iowa.
Villanova, Gonzaga would make so much sense for a 2022 national championship game because those are
they did win the Big East too when that
of the latter of like the second half of the 2010s.
I think
like those are two great teams.
It's written in the stars though for Iowa to do this, to go after Garza leaves when everybody. Yeah. I think Garza it's hard to. I think I like the Final Four for sure, and I think the Natty definitely goes Gonzaga, Iowa, or something. I like this.
This is sick. Okay, we got somewhere. We finally through dialogue we found something.
It makes sense.
We found something.
What's the preseason? What's the Ken Palm shit for these teams?
You got to be. I could not tell you. It's been so long. You got to be top 13. Ken Palm offense and defense efficiency if you want to win a national championship.
So who is that?
I couldn't fucking tell you.
I wish we had
that shit came out in like October. Couldn't tell you.
Tough.
My guess is Gonzaga was in there.
I bet you Texas Tech was in there.
My guess is, yeah, you got to look for the teams with good defenses.
Yeah.
Because that shit's kind of a rarity these days.
Bet you Villanova was not in there.
I bet you Arizona wasn't.
I bet you they weren't even in the top 25.
I bet you they weren't in the top 25.
Oh yeah.
I'll bet you UCLA
There's never been a national champion that has after not being ranked in the preseason top 25 and to lose their first. It's either their first game or first conference game or something significant. And Arizona is that team this year.
I think it's just there's a team ranked outside the top 25 preseason has never won. A team who lost in the first round of their conference tournament has never won a national championship. So Baylor out, Illinois out, and forget who else out, but that knocks a couple of people out. Yeah,
that's pretty good. Good stuff. That's it. Join our bracket challenge.
Join the bracket pool. Good I'm podcast. Exhausted.
Me too, dude.
I'm exhausted. Let's watch Wyoming +4.
Yes, sir. Let's upload it.
Do your thing. All right. Sneaky.